Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Valoramous, and in today's DJ tutorial, we're going to discuss how to establish hot cues on the CDJ-3000s. So there's two ways you can do this. The first technique is to establish these hot cues within your Rekordbox DJ software. From Rekordbox DJ software, you can color code your different cue points so you know exactly which cue point denotes which part of the track based on your own personal preferences. The second way to establish these cue points is actually on the CDJ-3000 decks themselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring my camera around on top of the CDJ-3000s, and I'm going to show you exactly how to establish these hot cues, how to both activate the hot cue and then also how to remove the hot cue. Now, in my opinion, it's better to establish these hot cues within Rekordbox DJ software, but you may not always have time before a gig. So if you are playing a track and seeing a track for the first time upon loading that track onto your CDJ-3000 screen, I'm going to show you how to activate and establish these hot cues. Okay, so this is a bird's eye view of the CDJ-3000. So when you step to the actual device itself, it's going to look like this without a thumb drive in the system or the port. And it's going to have this not loaded text right here in bright red letters. So obviously the first step that you will do is insert your thumb drive into the port and then allow the system to register the thumb drive. And of course your thumb drive has your Rekordbox exported tracks. From here, once the device is registered, you're going to go find your track that you want to load. So I'm going to load my own track. And we're going to get this track that only has one cue point registered. Now, there's two ways to register cue points on your tracks or set cue points on your tracks. One way is through Rekordbox DJ software. That's outside the bounds of this tutorial because I'm covering the CDJ-3000 exclusively and how to set these cue points manually on the fly. I have plenty of tutorial videos about how to set cue points on your tracks within Rekordbox DJ software. That is the easiest way because it's the advanced preparation that allows you to succeed during a gig. So you're not setting these cue points on the fly. Now, how do you set these cue points? Before you set the cue points, you should know that you are probably going to want to have the hot cue colors loaded. So if you have this button set to off, what it's going to do is it's going to label every hot cue the same color, which is green. So if I want to set a cue point right here, you would just hold down the hot cue button for B, and it'll look like this. You just hold it down and B. And then if you want to set another one, let's say right here, you'll hold it down. But that's labeling every hot cue the same color. So you're probably not going to want to do that. Now, how do you delete hot cues on the fly? You simply press this call button, which behaves like a shift button on the DJI-1000. Call, hold down. Call, hold down. So go again to the display settings, hold down the menu button, then scroll down to hot cue color and press on. Now when you set these hot cues, it will label the color with the color that it's supposed to be in order. So right here on bar 5, which is the start of the first verse, you hold it down and now it's going to label this B or Bravo hot cue color blue. And now if I want to go to the first beat of the first drop, again, use the search button as a shortcut. Right here, first beat of the first drop, it's going to label it green. And now let's go to the first beat of the second drop, it's going to label it purple. So this is how you can set your cue points on the fly. I'm going to label one more cue point. I know this is where I want to have my next cue point right here. Bam. Now you've labeled the cue points. So you have two primary methods. You can either label your hot cues in Rekordbox DJ software, which I would recommend because it gives you more options, one, but two, it's also the advanced preparation that allows you to succeed. But if you don't do that and you don't have time to analyze your tracks in this manner, you can simply drop tracks onto a thumb drive and then start playing it, but it's not going to have these cue points, and then you have to set these cue points on the fly. You can do that, obviously, but the software built into the CDJ-3000 must analyze the track, the key, the BPM, the waveform, the colors themselves on that waveform, and then you could start setting these hot cues. If you export tracks in Rekordbox without hot cues, again, like I did here, you could still set these hot cues on the actual hardware itself. And again, do not forget to load the hot cue color. You'll probably want that. At least I know I want that, because when I see these colors, I know exactly what they mean, and they should mean something to you as well. So there it is. There you have it. That's my tutorial on how to establish hot cues on both the CDJ-3000 decks themselves, or also you can do it in Rekordbox. Okay, so now we're gonna mix in the same track. I have the master track set to the other deck so you can see both waveforms on this touchscreen right here. So this is the outgoing track, the one on the bottom, and then the top track is the incoming track. It is the same track. They're beat matched already, but I'm just gonna show you what this looks like. And then lining up the red tick marks, they're beat sync. You can hear them phasing a bit because it is the same track. So now the only track that is playing is the incoming track, and you see it come right here to that first cue point B. And there you have it. So that is how you establish hot cues. You can do it on Rekordbox with these hot cues here that are color-coded, which is the better option, because then you export to the thumb drive, and then these hot cues are already saved on your decks themselves once you load in the thumb drive. Or you can set these cue points on the fly during your sets, but you need to know your tracks or listen to these tracks in your headphones. And you can use the search button to quickly find where you want to go, and then just set your cue points. Or if you incorrectly set it, you can delete them by using this call delete button right here, which operates like a shift button on the DJ-1000, but this is for the CDJ-3000. So bam, there you go. So there you have it. That is my quick tutorial on how to establish and activate the hot cues on the CDJ-3000s. Again, you have two methods. That is within Rekordbox DJ software. You establish hot cues, color code your hot cues, and then you're going to export the hot cues to your thumb drive, and then that will display color-coded hot cues on the CDJ-3000 touchscreens. And then the second method is you will manually activate these hot cues on the CDJ-3000s themselves. So if you have any other comments, questions, tips, tricks, or concerns, please leave those in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.
3, 2, 1, lose it.